Boom, boom, yeah, I am back again. But today, instead of me just doing a property walkthrough, I was watching telly the other day, and with watching telly, I got consumed with something. So, if you don't know me by now, right, there's a couple of things that I enjoy doing. And one of those it is traveling, and I also enjoy food. I know I don't look like it because I'm a bit of a skinny guy, but I like indulging my taste buds, right? And that's the reason why I eat. So I don't eat to get full or things like that. Like for instance, I remember back in the day when I started actually knowing about Woolies, right? And Woolworth was like, wow, the pinnacle of ordinary food tasting very delicious. But that's me. But today, I also want to show you guys something that is very different. And I know that in most cases, I'm out and about, I'm on a property. But I was watching telly and I saw something. And what I saw was very intriguing. And I said to myself, hold on, I need to show this to my people. I need to show this to the people because I think that when we are out there, we are seeing things, but we are not seeing things. You could be asking yourself, TJ, what do you actually mean? Simply put, when we are out there, are we seeing opportunities? When we are out there, are we seeing what is not the obvious? When we are out there, are we actually able to identify the things that are there, not the things that our eyes want us to see? So, let I say this. I've been following this guy called Andrew Zima. So, Andrew, he travels all over the world and he tests weird food, right? That's what he does for a living. He goes out and tests weird foods. And I really enjoy watching him because out of that, whilst we have been in lockdown, he is still my hope of traveling. He is still my hope of tasting weird food. And I enjoy doing that because I love different cultures. So I like to be in a certain culture, yes, but I'm not wanting to be conformed in a particular culture because I am one of those kids that grew up asking the question, why? Why? And if you're not inquisitive, you'll never grow. That's the thing. So you could be asking yourself, TJ, what are you ranting on about today? What is it all about? Is there a property walkthrough? Yes or no? Yes, there is a property walkthrough. This is a property walkthrough with a difference. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I haven't been to this property. I don't know this property. But my boy that I watch all the time, Andrew Zima, he's been to this property. But here is the thing. When we are out there, I am sure you have seen houses that have been turned into student accommodation. It was someone who saw a normal house and then they said, how can we turn it around into a student accommodation? So they saw things differently, right? The second thing is that we have all been to a doctor or sort, right? And we can see maybe in some of the areas that we are in, a doctor who practices from a building. It's not a commercial building. Some are in residential areas. They saw a house and then saw an opportunity to actually turn it into a practice where they have a business, right? Some people, they saw a building or saw a property and they saw Airbnb and they started actually practicing Airbnb, right? Can you see where I'm going? Some people saw a building and they started seeing, oh, I can actually turn this around to be an office space. For some people, they see a bare, arid ground, nothing, bare. And they were like, hold on, I think I can do farming on here. And that's why we are farmers, right? And for some people, they actually saw an open ground and they said, hold on, I think I can turn this into a block of flats. I can turn this into a complex. So the thing that I'm asking you is that what are you seeing when you're walking around? Are your eyes really trained for you to see something else? One of my boys, he's a motivational speaker. He speaks about someone else who is a greatest pianist of the world, right? A violinist. that word, that the guy who plays the violin, I don't know what they're called, but this guy here was actually out in the streets. And for that reason, he was dressed ragged and things like that. So people never actually identified with his music and things like that. They just saw he's another beggar, playing a violin on the streets. However, 2 days ago, they say that the same guy was in a humongous auditorium where people were paying at least $1,000, right, for them to see the same guy. So the thing is, do we actually see what is there? But let me not waste a lot of time. I'm just going to jump in here for you to be able to see what I saw when Andrew was... Oh, this is not even in Africa. It's in Asia. So for some of you who've been in Asia, maybe you've seen this. Maybe you've tasted this. But let me not waste time. Jump on to see this video here, and I'll check you out at the end of this video, and we can start talking about it.
This 6-story building in the Bintan section of Ho Chi Minh City is a family home, a multi-million-dollar enterprise, and a giant urban aviary. It's a family business turning birds' nests into food and big profits.
The absolute filth and degradation here is in a way sort of necessary, because this is a gajillion-dollar factory.
The Duan family, Bin, Cook, and their son Vin Phuc have their retail space on street level. Vin Phuc, his wife and child live above the store. The birds get the upper floors and the penthouse. Kiki is eager to see how this business is run, and so am I. Kiki is Viet Kieu, living here now after growing up abroad, so the ancient tradition of turning birds' nests into food is something new for her.
Do you like bird's nest?
Oh, I didn't grow up eating it.
These nests are made from the bird's own spit and vomit and have been a prized ingredient in Asian cuisine for centuries. This is also one of the most expensive food ingredients on the planet, selling for about $4,500 a pound. In Asia, their value is tethered to their wellness component, not their flavor.
So this is basically like a health food. It supposedly increases your immune system, makes you stronger, and so this
It's a superfood.
It's just like a superfood.
Traditionally, birds' nests were only harvested from caves or cliffs. Finding them was unpredictable, and collecting them was dangerous. The Duans collect theirs by walking upstairs.
The more protective gear that you get on the way in, the greater the excitement. This is my worst nightmare. Pathogenic horror show.
Oh my God.
With more than 3,000 birds, every floor is covered 2 inches deep with bird droppings, feathers, interrupted only by garbage sacks of guano, plastic bins of fetid water to keep the rooms humid, and the smell of horrific decay and rot.
This is one of the most horrifically smelling environments I've ever been in. It's
The strong smell of ammonia is overbearing.
Is everywhere.
The bird droppings are shoveled once a month. The pools of dead water are only topped off as needed.
See the one up in the little nest?
Oh! Did it bite you?
No, but it thinks that I'm ready to feed it. Either that or it wanted to mate with my hand.
The birds are swiftlets, insectivores that usually nest and breed in caves. After studying the birds, Bin and Vin Phuc took a gamble 10 years ago and converted the top stories of their building into a swiftlet-friendly environment. Vin Phuc's research showed them how to attract the birds using recorded and amplified bird calls. It's working. Right now, there are over 2,000 swiftlets right where I'm standing.
Chim bao nhiêu lâu?
Dạ, khoảng 1 tháng. Dạ.
Wow, okay. So each nest is the work of 2 birds. And then they have eggs, and then they'll have to take care of their babies for another month before the babies are ready to fly out, and that's when you can harvest the bird's nest.
No empty nesters here, but there's still another floor, and the penthouse.
Oh my goodness. This is just an old building, floor after floor of carnival show horror stories.
So he was saying that this floor is a bit newer, so there's not that many birds yet.
Don't touch anything.
Trust me, I won't.
Wow.
Oh, the smell up here is like on a whole new level.
Vin Phuc says keeping the place any cleaner might disturb the birds, and the birds keep his family business rolling along.
Birds are comfy here, so you don't want to do anything to upset this natural process, because these guys have a gold mine that just came to them in the city.
The family harvests about 100 nests per month. This part of the job is so easy, even amateurs can do it.
Oh, look at this guy, he's hungry. Hi. He thinks I'm its mommy. Baby's right there. Itty bitty baby. And there's another little baby right there. But this one, that's a dry hole.
The nests are typically packaged and sold. When you own the place, they can be prepared immediately. Freshly picked nests still have feathers, food, flotsam and jetsam embedded in them. Soaking them in water removes some of that and softens the nest. Then, all the other crapola can be separated from the nest threads.
These guys are thorough.
When the work is done, the clean threads go straight into a pot of soup that can cost you $50.
What broth is she using to start this? Poultry? Chicken broth?
No, this is a dessert.
It's a dessert?
Yeah.
The bird's nest is simmered in duck broth, seasoned with rock sugar and lotus seed.
The bird's nest gives it a faintly poultry aroma. And there's nothing sweet smelling about it. There's no caramelization on the sugar.
Mùi sen và mùi yến nó quyện lẫn với nhau, có mùi thơm đặc trưng.
So basically, he's saying the flavor of the bird's nest goes really good hand in hand with lotus seeds. So that's why they have
Delicious.
creates harmony.
This was not your thing. Do you like it in the dessert format?
I have to be honest, it's good, but I don't know if it's $150 good.
Agreed. This stuff lacks flavor or culinary appeal unless it's taking up space in a great soup. In Ho Chi Minh City, the love affair is based on its health benefits, and the soaring demand keeps the Duan family business flying high.
Awesome! Wasn't that amazing? I know. So what happened there? These guys, they've got a 6-story building. 6-story building. And they turn it into what? So at the bottom, they've got those shops. They live between maybe second floor, third floor. And out of that, what do? They leave the penthouse for the birds. Come on, guys. But here is the thing. I calculated in US dollars how much that bird nest thing is, whatever that delicacy that they were eating there. Like, if my current business now, in terms of return of investments, doesn't even compare to that. Like, I have no words for that. So can that be a business? Can it be a business? Right? Can it be a business? That's a rare business. Can you find a farm and turn it into something else? Can you find an old building and turn it into something else? The whole reason for me to share with you guys on this video is here. Don't limit your mind. Let your mind go wild in terms of thinking, in terms of what you can do with property. Don't limit yourself to residential. It is not the only asset class. Go wild in your thinking in terms of what you can do. But is it providing you with the return of investment that you are looking for? In this case, if you do the mathematics, I mean, those birds, they say that they breed, right? 2 of them breed 2 of them. So which means that potentially at any given time, when the cycle of breeding happens, they are doubling their income. They are. So, if the same concept could be done down here in South Africa, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna find an old building in downtown Johannesburg, wire the whole building with some music so that the birds can come in, start putting up the nest, and if there is music for them to even start to mate, I think I'll do that. I'll even do that because, once they mate, they have a nest, and out of that, the nest what? They harvest the nest. That's where the money is, isn't it? They prepare them. You saw the process. I'm excited. I'm excited that I can still be able to watch telly in my relaxation mode. And out of it, whilst I'm watching there, I can be able to see and I can be able to identify opportunities because now my eyes are trained for opportunities. Is your mind trained to do the same? If it is not, how can you do it? If you don't know how to do it, maybe we need to see you at M5 Property Varsity so that we can unleash the wildness in your brain to start working and you can still be able to go wild and make some money. My name is TJ. I am hoping that you have enjoyed today's session. Today's video. It's a different video, but to me, it gets me excited. I'm looking forward to just exploring, just to let my mind go wild, and I can start putting figures around it. Say, can it work? Yes, it can. Because I am no different from that family there. I am not, but I just need to think differently. It is I, TJ. We'll check you on the next video.